Will Flexi Flips completely replace Magic Loop? For me, I think the answer is yes. I recently completed my first sock on Flexi Flips, and I think it looks pretty identical to its pair that I did on Magic Loop. Let's discuss what I see as the pros and cons of using Flexi Flips. I actually found them extremely similar to using Magic Loop, but much easier to switch sides. So whereas with Magic Loop, you have to slide half your stitches onto the cord, move the other half onto the needles, and then start working, with these, you just flip sides and start transferring stitches onto your empty needle. Additionally, I found it much easier to keep my tension because 99% of the time, your stitches are on the needles, not on the cord. So whereas with Magic Loop, you have to be really afraid of laddering because you're trying to tension stitches that are on the cord. With this, you're trying to tension stitches that are on the needle, which makes it a lot easier. Additionally, this was the easiest way I found to do a sock gusset. Because of the way that these can flex and adjust, I found that my sock gusset was much easier to work with Flexi Flips than it was with Magic Loop. For me, the biggest cons were twofold. I bought the cheap ones off Amazon because I had a gift card. One of them broke before I was even done with my first sock. I tried super glue it back together, but then I panicked because I thought I got super glue on the counter and I threw it away. So, buy a name brand. And the biggest con when using these is that these needles do kind of get in your way, but I think if you give it one sock, all Flexi Flips, to get used to it, you will end up loving them. When you're working with them and you have two needles in front of you that you're working with, and then one needle in the back that's just holding stitches, I found it really helpful if I tucked some of these needles between my fingers as I was working. I have not been able to try them for color work yet, but I'm very eager to because I've really been struggling with both Magic Loop and 9-inch needles.